Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Novo Kumalo. If it's your first time here, welcome, and if you're coming back, welcome back. I hope you guys are doing great. I know I haven't done a sit down of this kind in a while. These videos where we talk about a topic and we encourage each other even in the comment section. And I know that for a lot of you, this is what drew you to the channel, right? But I was going through a block of some sort when it comes to this, because I was going through stuff of my own, and sometimes it's hard to find something encouraging to say to someone when you need it yourself. But I figured sometimes you feel better when you encourage other people, because that also encourages you. And so when I sat down and I was thinking about what to talk about, the first thing that came to mind, given what I'd been the challenge that I'd been facing was extending grace to others, right? Because of the enormous amount of support and love that I've received. I've had people holding me up, and people encouraging me and praying with me and all that, and also people being patient with me during a time when maybe I might have been difficult to deal with, because I have a lot going on, and maybe I'm not the most polite or the nicest person, and I had so many people who handled me so gently, right? And that spoke to me, and I figured let me talk about that. But also, in the same vein, I thought, we speak a lot about, being kind to people, being gracious, extending, kindness to people, and understanding and patience. But we forget sometimes to do the same for ourselves, right? And that's how I came to now to talking about this, to say, we live in a time where we set expectations for ourselves, right? So at the beginning of the year, we all had New Year's resolutions of the stuff that we wanted to do, right? And the year starts, and you tick off some boxes, and then you struggle with other things, and you thinking of, okay, maybe with time I'm gonna get the hang of it. But time passes, and you're not really hitting those milestones, right? And then you log on to social media, you log on to Instagram or Twitter, and everyone is celebrating how they've lost weight, how they've bought this and bought that, how they've achieved this and that, right? And I think the most natural thing for us is then to beat ourselves up about it, right? And think that we're not working hard enough, or not trying hard enough, and we're so unkind to ourselves sometimes for failing to meet those expectations that we set for ourselves, right? And consuming social media just heightens everything, because you see people maybe who started with the same resolutions that you had, and you also jumped on that wagon, right? So you've seen for example, this weight loss 30-day what, and people start together, or these banting on keto things, people start together, and at the end of the 30 days whatever, people are posting their results, and maybe you fell off on day 5 or whatever, and we're so hard on ourselves. Or maybe it's things like quitting being on social media so much, or being on your phone a lot, or not watching a lot of TV and stuff like that. And when people seem to be doing those things that we are failing to do, we can really be so harsh on ourselves and so judgmental of ourselves. And I was just thinking about it, right? There are some things that I wanted to achieve that I haven't quite achieved. So I shared at the beginning of the year, actually, or maybe it was 4 months in or 6 months in, some of my resolutions, right? And I ticked quite a few of the boxes, right? I think I've really done well, but there are a few things that I didn't manage to do, or didn't fall into place the way I wanted them to. And I found myself focusing so much on those things and beating myself up about why I didn't work hard enough, or why I didn't focus hard enough, and why I didn't achieve those things. And suddenly the long list of things that I did achieve paled right into the background, and I found myself fixated on the 1 or 2 things that I didn't. And I found myself not being the kindest person to myself, right? While I was receiving kindness and grace and patience from everyone else, I was failing to be patient with myself. And I've never struggled with things like self-esteem or all that. So luckily for me, even when I don't tick off boxes, I don't go into that feeling worthless and all that. I've never really struggled with those things. But I did find myself, being hard on myself and questioning my drive and my resolve and things like that. And the danger with doing that is you slowly start to spiral into this hole, which becomes hard to come out of, right? This hole where you start to question everything that you've ever achieved, and you start thinking that maybe you did that by luck. For some of us who suffer from imposter syndrome, right, it really plays a lot on you as well when you fail to achieve one or two things, and you start thinking that maybe everything else that you achieved was merely by luck, right? And you start questioning if you even deserve to be in the spaces that you're in, or you start thinking that, you know what, I failed at this, maybe it's just a matter of time before someone else discovers that I'm not good at everything else. And so the effects are ongoing and they're vast, and it can affect people in different ways. But I just thought to come on here and just, say be kind to yourself, right? Extend yourself the exact same grace and patience that you so easily extend other people, because you're so deserving of it. Realize that things take time, especially things like breaking bad habits. You can imagine how long it takes to build, not necessarily build a habit, but how long you would have stayed in a habit. And so undoing that, undoing what has become your norm, and doing what has become a part of you, will definitely take time. We need to be more patient with ourselves, with our struggles, and still appreciate the little efforts and the little strides that we're making each day. And bigger than that, let's not fall into the trap of being so hard on ourselves that we completely let go and we completely give up on our goals, right? So show up for yourself little by little each and every day. Do the best that you can on a daily basis, and track the progress that you've made, no matter how little, and pat yourself in the back for keeping on, for not giving up, and for trying your level best. So in a time when there's a lot going on, people are doing a lot, people are doing great. Some of it is not even real on social media, but actually a lot of it can also be real. People will do great even when you're not doing great. Just take a moment to say, I'm proud of myself for how far I've come. I am proud of the resilience and the thick skin that I've built up. I am proud of the little efforts that I make on a daily basis, and whereas I'm not yet where I want to be, I believe that with enough determination, and if I keep working on it, I will get where I want to be. And just extend yourself grace and kindness, even in the way that you speak to yourself and the way you speak about yourself, right? So I think some of us don't realize the things we say about ourselves to people. Oh, I'm such a klutz. Oh, I'm so forgetful. Oh, I'm so bad with time. Oh, I'm so... we speak a lot of ill and negative about ourselves, and yet we expect to become better. But how do you become better when your mind is tuned to think, or is conditioned in that you are certain, because of the things that you say, your mind is conditioned and operates at the level of this person who's always late, a person who's such a klutz, a person who can't get anything done, a person who can't do things on time. How does your mind shift from that? How do you become better if you're failing to at least, speak positivity to yourself, if you're failing to condition your mind in a different way? So I could go on and on and on about it, but really the message that I want you, as much as I want myself to get out of it, is that we need to be kinder to ourselves. We need to be way more gracious with ourselves. We need to be so patient with ourselves. And we need to be really, really proud of ourselves for how far we've come. I mean, we were hit with the pandemic, and our lives have not been the same ever since March 2020. Yes, the masks are off. Yes, the parties are back on. Yes, we are back hugging people and being in spaces and all that. We're back at work and all that. But our lives have been impacted so much that we don't even realize. We've lost a lot of loved ones. The other day I was watching a snippet from my wedding video, and I saw that there are quite a number of people that I love who were in that video in 2019 who are no longer here. Some due to COVID, others due to other things. But basically I'm saying that we've survived so much. We have lost so much. Our lives have been shifted, and we've had to readjust into this new normal, which is not really normal. And yet we're still here, and yet we're still standing, and we're still breathing, and we're still waking up each and every day, showing up, waking up each and every day, doing what we're supposed to do, even when we don't feel like it, right? And I don't think we give ourselves enough credit for that. And I think it's time, if we're to move forward and to do better, that we at least give ourselves a pat in the back for still being here and surviving what could easily be, the worst 2 years of, our lives. At least for us, we were born, in the later half of the 90s, right? So we've been through a lot. We've come out alive. we have so many things that we want to achieve. We're not yet there yet, but we're really doing great. So be kind, be gracious with yourself, and be patient, because things take time. I hope this is the word that you needed to hear. I hope this goes somewhere in making you view yourself better and love yourself better and think of yourself better, and that it shifts the way you view life, and that it, you know, gives you the surge that you need to keep going and to keep chasing those dreams. If you really have a word for someone, I would really implore you to drop it in the comment section. Let's help people out. People are not speaking about the things that they're going through. Luckily, we never look like the things that we're going through, right? But I'm pretty sure that someone in the comments will appreciate seeing a word of encouragement from someone. So please drop something in the comment section if you have anything for anyone, and please share the word, please like, please subscribe as always, and thank you for watching as always. I'll see you guys again next time. Goodbye.